having Cris speak was a great thing. It's all about God. So if you need a prayer, please come forward, and we'll have a few pastors that I've invited here to pray for you. And in the breezeway over the right, just go out to the right. The restrooms are all the way to the right as well. Somebody gave us 25 pizzas, so there's pizza and water out there too as well. And then we'll have a chance to meet Cris if you'd like to do that as well. Amen?
Amen.
So without further ado, Cris Cyborg Justina, please.
I just want to say good night for everyone coming. I'm really happy having you here, and I hope it touch your hearts and make my best here. My first language, no English, is Portuguese, and I hope everybody understands. I'm really strange, and for me, please be good here.
I barely speak English too, so we're good. I speak slang. I need a translator for both of us. You're going to be fine. By the way, her arms are bigger than mine.
Wow. This is better with two hands. There you go.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, good.
No, I don't want to catch you up. So we'll go simple, and then the questions will be basic. So where are you from? You're from Brazil, obviously.
I'm from Brazil, Curitiba. It's South Brazil. Yes, and I moved to America in 2009.
Is that when you started to get into fighting?
No, I started fighting in Brazil in 2005, and I did my first fight in America, and they see here is very good, very opportunity for me, for my sport. And then I moved to America for stay only 6 months, and they just know like maybe 5 words: rounds, 3 rounds, red corner, blue corner, and they just come, and now here I am.
But I've seen another interview from you. Fighting wasn't your thing. You were, what was the handball thing that you played?
Yeah, before I into the sports when I'm in school. You know, I think it's one thing that helped me, no be drugs, no be outside, no do bad things, and start doing sports. And I started doing play handball. Everybody thinks handball is like playing the wall. No, it's a one Europe game. You play like it's like a team, 6 against 6 person. And I started playing this when I was 12 years old, and I played till 19 years old. And when I went to university, I had one guy black belt Muay Thai, and he saw me playing the game. And after the game, he told me, "I think you can be a great fighter." And I look at him, I was thinking it's crazy because I never had anything, fight anything. I had always my bad thing in school. I was in trouble, but I always laughing because I don't like fighting. And and then when he told me I think you can be a great fighter, and then I started training Muay Thai. And I really have that thing in my heart. When people like touch me and I want to touch back, and like something I want to fight. And I did my first fight in 6 months. And it's my first fight and my first loss. I dislocated my elbow, that fight. But after that fight, they said, I'm born for this. You know, this is I born for, and then I want to do this. And it's so crazy because before, when I was a kid, I was very good at sport. Any sport I do, I do good. Like always, God bless me. And when I was praying for God, I was saying, okay, God, you know, I want to live my life to be athlete. Doesn't matter what sport we're gonna do. Because I was having good soccer, basketball, or, you know, and he put me to be a fighter. You know, after 19 years old, and now I'm old for being a fighter, but you know, it's nothing old for God.
Okay, amen.
Amen.
Hey, so did I hear you were in trouble as a kid, or you weren't in trouble?
No, I always know I don't want trouble in school. But I have bad friends who stay in school, you know, but always when they start fighting, I'm the first, where's Chris? I was left. I really don't want it.
They would have known, right? So, okay, so you're fighting, and you transition from the sport to fighting. So you're getting better, you're winning, and so the competitions get higher and higher. Is that how it went for you?
Yes, and I moved to America and I started fighting here. And before I come to America, I accepted Jesus as my Savior, 2008. Everybody think you're gonna accept Jesus, you're gonna make your life easy. It's not. It's hard, but you just keep you going your faith. And He's transformation you every day, you know. And then when in 2008 I accepted Jesus because before I was married, and I had a hard time in my marriage. My first boyfriend I married, and then I was started going to church for save my marriage. You know, I didn't save, but God saved me.
Amen. Amen. But I heard in another interview, because I was doing intel on you, spying on you, that you said at one time your belt was your belt. You remember saying that?
You know, in beginner, when I start training, I have a dream, like everybody has a dream. You know, you want to be the best world, you think the belt is the best for you. And I was aware to accept Jesus, and then when I start to be champion, and then I see like the belt is everything for me, and then what's happened, I had one hard time because I had a doping fail. And this time I stayed in desert, like 1 year. And this time, sometimes you get a hard time in your life, but because you can see who's your real friend, you know, who's gonna be with you, you know, and then a lot of times everybody knows, if you know my career, I have hard times with people, with media, talk about bad things about me. And if I'm a Christian, how was I gonna answer the people like them tell about me? You know, I have to be respectful, I don't have to answer people like that tell me things. And I always put my knee in the floor and pray for God, for give me strength, give me power, for keep doing what I'm doing, what I have dreamed. And at this time I ask always God, why you put me doing this? You know, like I know I was supposed to be a fighter, you know, and a lot of things this in my life happened. And I was asking him, why you put me a fighter? Because I was having humility. People say, you look like a man, you like a lot of things. And people follow me know this. But you know, I try to overcome everything this, and then I try to prove everybody is wrong, and take a long time. But you know, I know I was God with me. He put good people around me. He sent like angel, you know, like people send message.
People who care about you.
Yes, people care about you. You know, it's amazing how He take care of you.
So. If somebody puts something negative on my Facebook, I want to punch the computer. How do you deal with that? So when people, do you read this stuff, or do you try not to read all of the junk?
You know, that time before I make me mad. You know, before I make me sad, before I make me cry. You know, before I'm learning. You know, so a lot of people, you have to see like people really sad too. You know, how you go to one Facebook, someone, or Instagram, say bad things for these people, you know, for one person you don't know. You don't know the person, and sometimes I answer people. And then when I answer, no bad things, you know, I answer with thank you, you know, I know, and maybe you have a hard day today. You know, some people say, I'm sorry, Chris, I'm sorry. Because they don't know you. Sometimes they have anger in hearts and they just want to make somebody pain too. You know, and I try to see the other way. Or sometimes I say maybe I need to change. Maybe this I need to change. You know, maybe you have to change before you want to change someone. This I look like this.
Yeah, and you guys call them haters. In America we call them jaw jackers. You see on
I always say like I love my haters.
You love your haters.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's plenty out there, so there's enough for everybody in here. Matter of fact, there's
but they have more lovers than haters.
Yes. That's why they're here. So, when you're preparing for a fight, what's your schedule like? What's your daily schedule when you prepare for a fight?
I love training. You know, it's something I really do. It's the gift God gave for me. I train every morning like 5:15, 5:30. I like running in the morning. It's the time I have a relationship with God. I like to run. I like to talk to Him. I like to sing for Him. I like to see the sunrise. Yeah, sometimes I say sunset, sunrise in the morning. Yes. Yeah, and this is time for me. I think about my fight. I talk to God. I like to run and get back to home. I have breakfast, and my next training is like 10 to 12. And sometimes I have afternoon training. Sometimes I have night training. It's like 5 hours per day. Yeah.
And how much time, like how many months or weeks do you prepare before a fight?
Usually, I was training because I like to improve my game and learn every day. Because when you train just for fight, you don't learn too much. You just focus for lose weight, focus for your opponent. But usually I use like 12 weeks for make weight, for make a plan for my opponent.
And you gotta watch your diet, right?
Yes, I have to watch everything.
Because I've seen another video where you said you don't eat junk food.
Yes, I can't, because if I get it too heavy, you know, and for me losing after is hard.
So after your fights, you do the big fights, what do you do after your fight? Like the following days, what do you do to debrief? Whether if you win or lose, what do you do to,
You know, first thing I try to be with my family, you know, and always after my fights, I have like this, go to church, talk to people, do my missionary work in Brazil. We have like kids place, and then like I try to give back what the people give me, like God gave me, and this I
this is something you do after the fight?
and I try to run every day. I like to run too. It's like my attention. I make me peace.
Hire you to teach a class. Some of my church guys, they don't want to run.
Yeah.
So when you like coming here today, or when you go to churches, what's something that you want to leave behind with people? Like, what's a message that you're here for? Like, what are you saying? Overcoming obstacles in your life, getting knocked back up when you get knocked down in life.
You know, everybody watched my last fight, and a lot of people cry after. And after the fight, I was like normal, like look like I don't lost that fight. And it's, you know, I will train that fight 9 months, and I will be feel relationship with God very close. And I have my heart that victory for me. But sometimes, some point in your life, the victory God have for you, it's the same victory you think you're gonna have. You know, and this just proved that. You know, it's that fight, I was having a few victory in my heart, but I lost that fight. My inside my heart had some victory in that fight. And I just waiting, pray, continue doing relationship with God, you know, and of course 2 days after I cried because I'm human, and then, but you know, it's God having His time for show you know, but I can tell you guys, it's God had a perfect plan for us, and I stayed like 13 years in the field. And
what was that? 13?
13 years. 13 years. And I was thinking, okay, you can be 13 years in the field and talk about God everywhere.
Yeah.
Easy, because you're winner, yeah? But when you lost, you have to still talk about God, you know? And because He's have the best plan for us. And I believe that. You know, and He's walk with me, like all my fans with me too, they know my career, it's like a lot of ups and downs. And one thing I love my fans, the people follow me, because then with me, not just the good times, it's the bad times too. You know, I feel very blessed to have people like this around me. Because you guys giving me strength, like God giving me every day. And I know from this fight, I'm gonna have something amazing God have for me. And I know if you have a hard time in your life, now, and maybe you're asking God, why? Man, 100% He's has something special for you. Maybe you cannot see now, because same me, I cannot see now. But I know inside my heart He's has something special for you. Because He's the child of God, and He's always gonna give His best for you. This is that I have special for
So after this last fight, you was like a little emotional and this and that. And now you're back focusing on God. You go back to training to stay in shape. We are in a church, so what are your feelings towards? Is it Amanda?
Yes.
Is it a sports thing, or is it just like?
No, for me it's a sport. You know, I never hate my opponents. And after fight, I have my butt kick. I hold her hands. I hug her. You know, it's a sport. You have to learn to lose, and sometimes you're gonna lose, sometimes you're gonna win. You know, it's a life. And it's, you know, another day. You have to 24 hours cry about this, and you have to start again training, and you wait for the next one.
Well, you were the champ for so long. I don't know how. How do you put something like that, or any adversity in your life, how do you put that behind you? Because sometimes we carry it and we just, you know, we keep it on our back, and then we're like, oh, that's a defeat, that happened. We carry all this garbage with us. How do you, like, put things behind you and let it go?
You know, it's like everybody say, why you talk about God and when you go into the cage, punch somebody in the face? You know, I feel, some people ask me this, you know, why you praise for the Lord and then go to the fight? You know, I feel like we fight every day. We fight every day. In your mind, you fight every day. You fight for good things, do good things, and your side, your heart, if the Holy Spirit will be with you, it's going to tell, don't do that. And then you get, no, but I want, because your body wants to do. But the Holy Spirit tell you, no, don't do that. It's every day. You know, inside me. And the same thing, sometimes, you know, I feel sad, but I start fighting my mind. No, you know, I give my life to God, and He's had the best plan for me. If despite the fight happen like this, because I have something special for me. I just have to wait, have faith, and continue to follow Him. And this is every day. And every day little things happen. I say, you know, maybe if it did not happen, maybe if you're not lost, this is not happening with me.
You think if you would have won, you'd be here today?
You're gonna be. It's already scheduled coming here after.
All right. We're not going away. I'll see what's coming here.
Yes, yes.
So, you know, we have, the normal person has thousands of thoughts each day. Out of those thoughts, you have choices to make. So, I've never been a cage fighter, but walking down the ring and music, and people screaming, what are you thinking?
No, the first thing I'm thinking, before the fight, I was sing, before I pray for Lord. People don't want to listen, because say, Cris, you're a good fighter, but singer, you're not very good. You know, I know that, I'm a terrible singer, but in heaven I can sing. You know, I love singing. It's something, you know, I love singing for Lord, and because He made me happy, because I thank you for everything He did for me. And before my fights, you know, I was using gospel music because I want people who look at me, see, she has something. She has something, she has a light something on her. I don't know what she has, but she has something. And when people look about me, they're gonna know have Jesus in my life. Amen. And these hours when I pray to Lord, say, Lord, I wanna fight now, and then of course, everybody's a little afraid. Because we don't know what's going to happen. It's like we go to the war, you know, and say, Lord, you're going to be with me, and then leave it in your hands. And then leave your hands in victory, you know, but I was going to be bless your name, in victory, lost. But I want to step in the cage and walk to the cage when the people see not just me, but see Jesus with me. See, have something hope in my heart, and give for the other people. Give hope for them. Because it's like before this fight, I said, I don't want to be the champion in the world. I want to be champion for the people's lives. Because this is more special. Because when Jesus come back and they ask me, okay, I make you champion, you know what you did for me? You know, I said, no, you know, I went to this church, I tried to save people, I talked to you what you did for my life. And this is the most special for me. And this has changed my life, and I want to change people's lives. This is my goal. If the champion or champion, I want to be the champion lives. When people look at me and say, you know, I start training because Cris, you know, I start to use drugs because Cris, and she started to show me Jesus, like, and then I start following Him, and I'm happy now, you know, I take care of myself, now I'm saving lives too, you know, and I think this is We do mistake every day, you know, but you just have to get it better, to be close to Jesus. You know, it's hard, and in the world, it's a lot of things, you know, come to you, but you have to know the time. You have to be with Bible every day, read, because this is gonna help you fight in this world. Because it's my shirt. Cris Cyborg against the world.
Cris Cyborg versus the world.
But you just can fight if you read the Bible, if you know the Bible, because helping you be against everything come to you, and you have to be knows for making you strong.
Amen. So, I mean, we don't really know our future. We can project, well, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be, but like looking forward, like after the fighting is done, you know, it all comes to an end. You know, that's just the way it is. What do you see yourself doing?
Continue to save lives. Maybe in church, tell my testimony, getting better, you know, study more Bible. You know, I don't have anything prepared. I'm studying like, you know, I'm supposed to study. But, you know, I want to do what I'm doing. I have my camp for women. It's a big belt fitness. I do something I can share my life a little bit. You know, it's anyone can go, you know, just Christian, everybody can go. And then I can share, I can encourage the girls. You know, sometimes they're sad, sometimes, you know, it's depression. I think you show a little bit light for them, you know, for giving hope for them. And then I want to continue doing this, you know, and I have the project Kids in Brazil, and give hope for them to help them and do my best I can for them to be a good person and, you know, can share the same thing I'm doing, you know.
Amen, amen. So your schedule, like, are you booked? Like, you have like a booking agent, like everywhere you go, or are you doing it like, are you just constantly going places and traveling? And is that how your life is?
Yeah, having my email and then sending my team, you know, it's makes schedule for me going to church, doing seminar. You know, I'm ending the month, I'm going to Israel, and then I'm gonna go to the place Jesus went, and this is my dream come true. You know, it's gonna be amazing. And after that, I have another pink belt, and then go to South Africa. I have one fighter too who's put the water, I think it's pipe water, I don't know in English.
Water well. Water well.
Water well. And then I want to put you on village, the water.
Oh, water for the village.
Yes. Alright. And yeah, doing the best you can for being better world.
So you're just trying to make the world a better place. Cyborg versus the world, amen?
Yes, and everybody together.
And so, getting back to your relationship with God, it's not easy, right?
What I mean?
Just in life, because we're held to a higher standard. So if a hater says something, well, an unsaved person can react a certain way. As a Christian, you have to act a certain way.
Yes.
Somebody cuts you off on the road, you have to act a certain way.
Yes.
In life, you have to act as we're held accountable to God.
You know, it's sometimes you say, oh, okay, I cannot do this. No, I cannot accept this because I'm not perfect. I cannot accept this. But no, but nobody perfect. He's gonna change you slow. You know, he's gonna change you slow. Like something I think you have, you can continue doing everything you do, but he's gonna change you. You're not gonna use anymore anything you use. You're gonna continue doing what things you're doing because he's gonna change you. You cannot force yourself. You know, it's hard to force yourself, but you can try. But the Holy Spirit is gonna be with you and it's gonna help you change. You know, you don't need to be perfect. God don't want nobody perfect. You know, if you think you're perfect, amen.
I'm jumping around. So back to the fight thing. Is there a rematch?
I don't know. I asked for a rematch after the fight, but
she said one in 17 years. I think that's what she said.
You know, and I asked after the fight rematch, but you know, she had to accept it. UFC had to do too, and then hands. But my life is gonna continue. You know, my first fight I lost, and they asked for a rematch. And I never get it, you know. And this novella will happen in my life, and if it happens, I'm gonna continue fighting, continue doing my work.
Amen. On that fight, you were higher weight class, right? You had to lose weight for that?
No, she go up to
she went up.
Yes.
Okay. Are you comfortable with that, going down and out? Or?
No, my division, before when I fought UFC, my first fight, I dropped weight because I don't have my division. But because Cyber Nation helped me, we make their division in UFC.
Alright.
And now I fight my own division, and it should go up to 5 once you go.
Amen. Oh, they gotta come to your division.
Yeah, she went to my
That's your house. So who created the Cyborg Nation? You or the fans or combination?
You know, actually this shirt, one fan sent me mailbox. Not this one, but like Cris Cyborg against the world, one fan sent for me. And I said, this is nice, this is good. And we started making this shirt because this is the reality. Yes, because I always fight against everything. I have to fight for my division, for everything change, for the opportunity for women, and I like to be like this. I like to be fighting against the world. It's hard, you know, but God with you, gonna be good.
Well, yeah.
Gonna be easy. And more Cyber Nation together.
Brothers and sisters with
yes.
you. Amen. That's a lot. I did some research on you and I watched the fights and I can't believe that you pulverized some of those girls. It was like,
you know, I'm doing my best.
And it was just like,
I don't know, I'm born for a fight. I'm born for a fight.
I think so.
Yeah. Yes.
It was amazing. I mean, we were going to do a highlight reel, but I didn't know if it was appropriate for a church. I was up there in the church guys.
Do it.
It's some heavy stuff.
But you know, it's two people waiting to fight. It's not something I'm going to beat in the street. No, I'm not allowed to do this too. It's in the cage. They both waiting to fight. It's athlete, it's on sport, have rules, you know, have everything. I know some people look at it's violent, but you know, it's a sport. It's a lot of martial arts, a lot of arts together, and the people like to watch.
Let's get dirty here for a second. Really serious. You know the pre-fight stuff and all the pushing and the hair pulling, is that all hyped up, or is that like some of that real stuff? You know, like the weigh-in. What's that all about?
I never touch my opponents when I face off, but some people like to. But you know, it's some fight like to do this, but I don't like touching about everybody there. It's adrenaline. I think better than touching about it because it's gonna be a fight. But some style is different. No, I like me myself.
Do you get in trouble for that? Is there a fine or something?
Yeah, luckily they tell you don't touch your opponent because we're not gonna happen. You know, we don't know what your opponent thinking, and you do something, and I don't know the opponent can punch you, can do anything. You know, the right thing is not do anything. Don't touch your opponent.
Be respectful.
Yes.
So you sound like a sportsman, like you're a sport, you're a true athlete. You're just in there for the sport.
Yeah, to be example, for all the other fighters come, and for our sports continue to be clean, continue to be better, for not happen these things because they're gonna damage, you know, the people watching fights. You know, I think better to see like sport, you know, and then they make like no rules.
I seen on Instagram you have almost 1 million followers. That's a lot of people.
Yes.
So a lot of people have their eye on you. Everything you do.
Bigger responsibility.
It's a big responsibility.
Yes. Yes.
And, yeah, but I think you're the right person for the job, right? Amen.
718.
718. I'm gonna pop off a few more, then I'm gonna jump out there like Jerry Springer. You know who Jerry Springer is? It's my uncle.
The uncle. I don't watch you on TV, really.
It's you're better off. He's a really nice guy. That's a great show, by the way. Is that okay with you guys? Pop off some questions. And did Tyler show up with the pizzas? Oh, Tyler, this is good. Okay, we're good on that? Thank you, Tyler, for doing that. Let's hear a round of applause for Tyler. Being on the board for auto and crash meetings. So, like, if you were to, I'm going to give you, tell them a few minutes, like to encourage them to continue their walk. Maybe some people here tonight aren't walking with God. They don't have a relationship with God. They just came to see you. They like UFC. They're a fan of yours, or maybe they want to fight you after. I don't know. Keyboard gangsters. I think I see one guy in his gi outside. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for you coming here. If you don't walk with God, for sure He's walk with you, and He's protect you, He's be with you. And you know, for me, you know, I'm no perfect person, but you know, I'm here for share the experience I have with Him, and He can be your friend. You know, we can wake up every day and talk to Him, and sometimes you can say, but listen, He don't talk to me. You're gonna feel your heart. You're gonna take your time. He's gonna give you His time too, so He can talk your heart. And sometimes you think He doesn't listen to Him, but He's gonna talk to you. And this is the most special He is, because He's gonna come to your heart if you don't give Him permission for Him. You know, if you open His heart and give you permission for Him, He's gonna talk to you, and He's gonna be in your life and give you hope, give you strength. You know, and sometimes you same as said, if you not gonna be easy walk with Him. It's not gonna make it. Not gonna be easy. And they're gonna have a lot of people don't gonna encourage you for walk with Him, you know. But you have to like the fight, you know. It's like fight. You have to fight every day for you walk in a good way, and you're gonna be happy, and you're gonna feel when you walk with Him happy. When you sing for Him, you're gonna be happy because He changed lives. You just have to give the opportunity for Him to change your life, because He will. I can give my life to you. I know He's gonna change your life because He's changed my life. He's changed your life. Changed a lot of people already here that accept Jesus. And I know that you just have to give credit to Him and be over your heart.
Amen, amen, amen. Did somebody introduce you to Jesus, or who was that person, or was it a situation, or?
No, it's a fun story. You know, it's I was training at MMA and at the gym, and I have one coach. He's a wrestling coach. And this is like he's freak for Jesus. Freak for Jesus. Talking about Jesus like a freak. You know, every single person in my mind when he's talking about like crazy. And then nobody want to train in his class because he's freak for Jesus. But you know, I trained for him, you know, and then nice because I had a private class. It's just me and him.
That's how Jesus works.
Yeah, and then I had like a private class for him because nobody will show up. And I trained for him, and he's talking about Jesus, you know, and he's getting my heart, and he's bringing to the gym. And in the time I was leaving, you know, I had a hard time in my relationship, and he's talking to me, and it's good things I had to listen, you know, I have to learn. And he's doing this little bit, every training. We learn wrestling, we learn about Jesus, and he bring me to the church, and I start following this after that.
Only God can set that up. Only God can raise that. He's very tactical and he's humorous, right?
Yeah, but you know, sometimes people make people afraid when they're too much, you know, and you have to know how they're gonna touch you. You met some people, you have to know a little bit more how you can go, but some people don't know too much and about this, but you have to always careful because for you to be people, don't be afraid, you know, to learn, but it's not to be afraid, just gonna be happy.
Yeah, I think it took me 10 years before I would touch anybody. And hugging, no. Raising my hands, oh, no.
I'm talking about touch your heart.
Yeah, touching my heart, but I didn't want anybody to touch me. And they would all want to. So it's a process. Some people right away, you go, hey, I'm right with God. Some people it takes a long time. You work your way from the back pew all the way up. Next thing you know, they're like,
person you'd like to touch. And let the Holy Spirit work in his heart. And when you talk, you know it's gonna get better. It's gonna make the heart soft. And help the people who can listen better.
Thank you. You know, we didn't go over it. She kept asking Lucy, her friend, what are the questions? What are the questions? And I thought, I don't have any questions. I'm looking at me. That's what we'll do. So I'm gonna jump out there. We'll put a Jerry Springer on you. You stay right here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now keep it proper. And keep it like quick so we can get around. Yeah, what do you got?
Cris, I'd like to know your plans for the next 5 years and the next 10 years. Where do you see yourself?
Jesus.
You got a financial advisor?
This could be a while.
I don't have any injury. I would like to fight a little bit more. I'm gonna continue sharing the gospel, continue help people. Maybe when God would like, I would like to have a kid too. I don't have a kid. I have my kid here, but the real kid, Gabby here.
Gabby, where are you?
Don't mind yourself.
She's hiding behind the phone. Gabby,
And I want to continue. I want to fight maybe 3-5 years. But I would like to keep people. We use the fight for helping people, for sharing my faith and share everything I would like to share.
Okay. Somebody else?
You have a great gift for motivating people.
Thank you.
God bless you, Cris. What is the most memorable experience you have with God?
Okay. It's gonna be my last fight. The day of my fight, like 2 p.m., I hold my mom's hands and my brother's hands, and the pastor prayed for us. And this has never happened. I never went to church with my mom, my brother together, hold their hands, and I want to save them. And when this happened, the day of my fight, I bowed down my head and I talked to God inside my heart. This is the best day of my life. And I know that day is a hard one, but it was the best day of my life because I know I put a little seed inside my mom's heart and my brother.
I really do feel like Terry's praying.
God bless you, Cris. My name's Wes. Just being in the MMA and the UFC and all that speculation of how the world sees that sport, is God amongst people in there? Is there a lot of believers, or is it kind of shunned upon that you guys don't express your faith and your belief in a higher power?
I try to use the space for me can share my faith, for me to talk about God and my relationship with people inside. I try to show them this. I try walk through my fight with gospel music. I try talking with my favorite people around me. I do seminars and a lot of people make a question like you guys do. I think because it's a big platform, it's a big place for me can be inside every house and they talk about my faith.
Okay, so I am a UFC fighter too. Well, not a UFC fighter, but I train and I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. But my question is, when is your next fight?
Great question. I would like to fight soon, but not soon. But I just fought. But my manager gonna have a meeting with UFC for to see my next plan. But probably we're gonna be soon. So we're gonna have the answer.
I see little Jimmy back here. I'm going to screen this one because we don't know how this could go here, Jimmy. What's the question, Jimmy? Tell me what's the question. You have a question? You want to what? You want to be the police? Okay. Jimmy wants to be the police. Thank God. God bless Jimmy. He wants to be a police officer.
Hi, Cris. My name is Claudia. I first want to thank the church for hosting us and bringing us all together. I think that's
Nice.
great.
Thank you.
And secondly, I really do believe God puts, everyone here for a reason. And I'm in law school, literally right down the street. I'm going through my own struggles of grades up and down. I get my grades tomorrow, but just hearing how positive you are and how helpful you are to everyone, it's really relieving. And I want to thank you. And I guess my question is, when you're kind of in the downswings, what quote or what verse do you go to kind of lift your spirits back up?
I like to use what I don't know in Portuguese, in English. I like to read Joshua. I don't know Josué. Oh, help me. Joshua. Yes. And I have in my hand, it's 1:9. Like God is gonna be with you everywhere we go. give you courage and power. And you know, I like a lot of verses, you know, help me, for encourage me. But this one's my favorite, and I have my arm with my brother, we have together. And this remind me when I look and know any tough time I'm gonna have is gonna be with me wherever I go.
Okay, going in the back, going in the back. Getting my steps on, getting my steps on.
Hey, first of all, God bless everybody.
Amen.
Thank you, Chris. I just recently retired from the Marine Corps about last year. I don't know if you guys in the Marines or like I just recently came from a memorial service, actually maybe like an hour ago, and I actually seen it on Facebook. It was in the area, so I decided to come by. And you know, one thing about, I know we follow a lot of different trends, music and a lot of other things, but you know, your positivity is one of the things that I'm pretty sure not only me, but everybody kind of keeps it on, whether you're down, whether you're out. And I remember going through an injury. I got like 140 pounds. I was embarrassed, and I kind of thought about having God in my life, and that was the only way I actually made it through. So I really do appreciate you coming down and kind of giving us that know-how coming down to earth, because a lot of people are so hot to be healed, but they don't want to come down and talk to people. So I'd like to thank everybody that's been here just alone, because it's a blessing for me. I just came from Memorial, and I appreciate like this. So thank you, thank everybody.
Can I hug you? Can I go hug you?
Thank you. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Okay, a couple more, and then we're going to go. Oh, here we go.
Hi, how's it going, Chris?
Hi.
God bless you.
Amen.
So I know you have one more fight in your UFC contract, and I know that you said that you want to move into boxing. Do you want to, use that platform as well to maybe change something for women in boxing, like women boxing? Or what is your goal there? Are you still planning to move?
You know, the hours I said about boxing, because I would like it to help the women, and then I think the box is not like bigger like MMA, women's MMA. And I think if you put two girls fighting, like one woman's MMA, like me, like McGregor did, and McGregor went bigger when too, and then boxing, woman box is big, but men box is big. I think if we put together, if we're growing together for the sport, for women getting better, this is my goal. This is doing the best thing. But I'm gonna do my last fight. We don't know if I'm gonna continue, if not, my manager gonna work with them. We're gonna do our best for you can be good for both.
I'm over here.
Hi, Chris.
Hi.
I'm AJ. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm a worship leader at my church. I sing, and sometimes I go through depression and suicidal thoughts, and I just wanted to get your advice. Have you been through something like that? What you could say to encourage young girls like myself?
It's a lot of things when always I say when you're the bad thoughts in your heart, for you pray. For pray, talk to God. But I think the first thing you have to see people who love you around you. For asking for help, for asking people help you. Because you're not alone. You're not alone. When you think like this, when you think something like this, pray for Lord and call somebody or a friend, for be with you, we pray with you. Come into one church, we have people around you and encourage you, because God loves you. God wants to be here with you, with us. Because you're going to be here for change lives too. And I believe in you, and put people around you for change, just think about you. Because there's no you, just don't have this plan for your life.
God bless you. God bless you.
You can call me. I give my number for you. For keep courage.
All right.
Cyborg, I know you asked for the immediate rematch. Today, Dana White said that he wanted Amanda to go back down to 135 to defend her title, to see how that fight plays out. And he said that he wanted you to take another fight to see how that plays out. And then if you both win your fights, he'll give you the rematch after that.
I'm just thinking about my next fight, and I would like my rematch soon. And if it is gonna happen, you know, it's in God's hands. You know, let's see what's gonna happen.
One more back here as well. Cris Cyborg, I just wanted to know, you took, I know you're for your last, I'm a little nervous, a little starstruck. Your first loss was your first MMA fight, and the way you took this last loss was just so impactful to the way you took it. I saw the press conference. I just wanted to know the way you took it. I saw the press conference. I just wanted to know, that was there ever a moment that you were depressed or you doubted yourself? That's one question. And then the personal side, I know you were once married, and so I'm going through a divorce. So I know you went through a divorce. So how did you take that? How did you? I don't know if you were saved by then, but how were you able to go through all that?
You know, of course, like 2 days after my fight, and I feel sad. I feel sad about the fight. But if you follow Jesus, you know He's had the best thing for you. You know, God had the best plan for you. And I asked God, I said, man, I have in my heart the victory. You know, and I felt like this, and God said, no, sometimes the victory you think is for you, it's not the victory I have for you. You know, I know if you have a hard time in your marriage now, and you know, I hope you guys can fix this, you know, I know Jesus can fix this, you know, and I did my best for marriage too. You know, before the divorce, I tried my best, because when I did my best, I know I did everything. You know, and you know, some parts, if the other person don't do everything too, it's hard to fix it, one thing. But, you know, I think you always keep praying, you know, give your life for God to take care of you, take care of everything. And if for sure, if you gotta have a plan for guys to be together, this is gonna happen, guys gonna be together. You know, I believe that. And if it's the best thing for you, be happy, for sure He's gonna do that, because He loves you.
They are slaying with the questions, and you are killing it with the answers. It's really good.
Now I'm so nervous as you before. I started sweating. Now I feel good. I feel great. The Holy Spirit helped me. It's weird. I didn't punch inside the church.
Just don't hit me in the face.
Hi, Cris. As a fighter myself, I go through some sacrifice in everyday life, and I was just wondering, for you, like, how mentally tough was it to get to the top? Like, did you ever enjoy and embrace your journey, or at some point you said, why am I doing this? Like, why is it all worth the sacrifice to go to the top?
You know, at the beginning when I start training, it's like, it's a hobby. You know, I start training, I like to train it, but after it starts to be a job. You know, you have to wake up in the morning, and then people are gonna judge you because they think you're perfect, and you have to deal with this, you know, and everything. But you know, one thing I always keep is discipline. You know, train every day, do my best I can. You know, same as after this fight, I say I did everything. I train all day. I did everything. I don't miss one training. And I say, you know, because I don't do that training. You know, I try to do my best I can, and I always leave God's hands. And did the best plan He's had for me, and I just have to accept it because I know He's had the best plan for me. And this I always try to myself, do my best I can. Like if you don't like your boss, or you don't like what you do, I think you try to do same you do it for God. You know, and this is you're gonna do your best. And for sure the blessing will come. Amen.
Hi, Cris. I have a quick question. What's the biggest miracle that God has done for you in your professional life that most people don't even know about?
You know, when I did my first UFC, they told me I had to be low weight. It's not my own division, and I started fasting about this. You know, I was asking God, you want to accept this fight, or don't want to accept this fight? Because if I accepted this fight, I would like to be inside it. I want to fight good. You know, I don't want to fight good. And I started fasting, and one guy, he's called me Brian. He's texting Cris. I met him like 5 years ago. I was talking to him, and he's texting me, said, Cris, can you visit me? And I'm at the hospital, I have cancer, and then I said, okay, and then I forget about it. And I went to fight in Las Vegas, and I come on back, and he texts me again. But with no friend. I met him I think 3 times. And then he texts me, Chris, can you come visit me? It's okay. And the first thing I did, I started praying for God. I said, okay, God, what do you want from me? I will go to hospital, visit him. Maybe he don't know Jesus. Maybe I need to talk to Jesus for him. Maybe I ask him to be saved. I don't know what to do. I start praying. Okay. I go to the hospital, and I met him there. I talked to him, and he told me, Chris, I'm very hungry. And I told him, okay, you want to eat something, buy something for you. And he said, I cannot eat. I don't eat like 2 years. I just have IV. And then he started telling me he's having something, he's want to pass out because he's feel weak. And he told me, after I left there, he told me, Chris, fight for these people who cannot fight. And okay, I go back home, but I don't understand that. And then one time I was praying, I said, God, okay, he's already accepted Jesus, by the way, before. And then I told him, I was talking to God, I said, okay, why you told me go to the hospital? He's already accepted Jesus, what? And they remember the thing he told me, fight for these people who cannot fight. And they said, okay, I'm going to accept this fight, I'm going to make the weight, and I'm going to be cyborg, I'm going to be who I am. Because it's the opportunity I have to be in a UFC fight one day, and then can have the big platform. And when I make weight for this fight, one thing I'm really afraid, it's we do like one sauna, go inside one hot place, and I have so many times people burning me in the hot water, and then I don't like it. One day before I stay inside the bath, and I remember this, and I make the weight that even don't need to do bath. Like I just put a lot of clothes and run, and it's like the time we dehydrated during the fight. But he's did like a miracle. I make the weight. I was thinking it's impossible for me, but for God it's not impossible. I don't need any hot bath. I don't burn myself. And I fought in my city, Curitiba, the place I'm born. I fought 10 years before for be there, and I did my first fight of city. Things God did an amazing miracle in my life because you know how I was afraid of it.
We've got a time for maybe 1 or 2 more.
With the Cyborg shirt on. Team Cyborg.
Yes, of course. Hey, Chris, my name is Ron, and I flew in from Atlanta last night to hear you speak.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
I had a fight party, and I did a fight, and everybody was like shocked the way it went down. And I said, she's more than just a champion inside the ring, she's a champion outside. And that was what prompted me to make the flight out here in the morning. But my question to you is, just to clear up the rumors, are you done with UFC, or would you take another fight in UFC? Because they're saying the internet is saying that you wouldn't fight UFC again. And on a side note, I did send Amanda Nunes an email that she needs to give you a rematch.
The first thing I had fights to UFC, my last one. But my manager gonna talk to UFC to see what's the best thing. But the first thing I do, I pray, and I know God is gonna show me what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna continue UFC, for good for God, for me the plan desire for my life, I'm gonna continue. If not, I'm gonna be anywhere in the world for fighting. I don't know, but I always pray to do my best. And everybody knows I want to rematch with Amanda. I hope everybody Cyber Nation email her, And the same thing we did in the first fight UFC because everybody was with me. And in Brazil we say the people works, it's the God word. And then if it works, you're gonna be great. If not, you're gonna continue my journey.
So I'm translating what you said.
You say, a voz do povo é a voz de Deus.
Yeah, that.
Não in English.
No,
a voz do povo é a voz de Deus.
No, what I was saying was, if you do get the fight,
yes.
we're all going? Is that what
Yeah.
Just get mine in the front. I don't care what
Just if you guys pray together when I walk through the cage.
Everybody pray for you tonight, too. Don't worry about that.
Hi, Chris. We're big fans, obviously, Cyborg Nation right here. Me and my husband went out to your last couple fights. We always watch you fight. We absolutely love you. And one thing I want to say is I was very shocked this next fight as well, but just the way you took the loss was just so gracious, and it just spoke volumes to me, and it just honestly made me love you even more. I just want to say that to you. So big fans, and just like he said, definitely a champion in and outside of the cage. We'll always be here to support you and Cyborg Nation, and waiting for that rematch, because I know you're going to get it, though. I know you are. And one thing I do want to ask, though, is what is your most greatest memory in your mixed martial arts career?
I think my first fight when I fought Gina Carano, it's going to be the first belt, women's MMA. And it's very nice because when I come to fight America, nobody know who I am. And everybody rude me when they come inside the cage. And at the time I walk there, I pray for God, be with me, the matter is gonna happen. And the people after that fight saw who I am, this is open the door for me. And the Cyborg Nation, like my fans, don't just start UFC, they come with everywhere I go, and I feel very blessed, very thankful, for people who just don't see a champion because I hold the belt. Because I know the belt is going to be with me. Now I'm going to use the belt, but I know the belt is going to be with me all my life. This is the most important to be the champion with no belt, because this is the real life, and this is more special to me. Thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you. So we got one here, I got this misfit section over here. I'm going to get a question out of that group.
Now he told me he's not going to go this way.
I'm going that way. I'll step over the podium. I'm going that way. He trains at my gym with me, so I won't let him, or otherwise he'll choke me.
Hi, Chris. My question to you is, the situation you passed with one of the fighters in the UFC, she was disrespectful to you, and unfortunately you react a little bit non-Christian.
Yes, I know.
Which, in a certain way, from my point of view, great. It was great, But you didn't have the support of the UFC. How you deal with it? How you can... The place that you work for, it doesn't have your support. It just, instead of reacting and saying she did something wrong and pointed out to her, she actually pointed out to you. So what was your thoughts on that time and moment?
I have a lot of situations, this is insane because one girl, I was in Brazil, my dad, I have one program in Brazil with kids have cancer. And I train with kids, I hold pets for them, I leave my first UFC belt there because they're the real champion, they fight for their lives every day. And I had a lot of pictures with the kids playing with them, and this girl make a joke. Make a joke about this picture a long time, they bully me everywhere, Twitter, everything. I try to block her, I try to avoid her, everything. And I was there, my dad had cancer and I had a very sensitive time. I stayed with 1 month with him there, and now he's very good, God saved him too. And then I come back to America, and she's went to my bus. And she's not supposed to be in my bus, and she's in my bus. She's supposed to stay American people and the Latinos in one bus. And she come to my bus, and when I saw her, I started to come something on me. I said, man, I'm going to talk to her, I'm going to ask her why she's doing this, because I never did a bad thing for her. And why she's playing with the kids that cancer. This is so, crazy. And I was talking to her, and she's come to my face, she said a lot of bad words, very close, and I didn't take it. and then I go back to hotel. Man, I was so nervous because I never did anything like this. But and everybody told me, "Chris, why you dead? You cannot punch people in the face." I said, no, it's something come from me. I think I was very sensitive because I went there with people. I know I watched them. they're fighting for their lives. I know moms crying because they lost their kids, and this is not something you can joke. And because it's really make one shirt like about bullying, because you know people bully, and then when you do something because you're the bad person, but how much you touch that people pain for you can happen this, and no, this is the right thing. And by the way, it's after this, UFC giving me the support because the police come and they show all the tweeters she put, you know, all the jokes she did, bad joke. And then the cops have a hard time with his life. His wife had cancer too, and then she don't have any bad injury. You know, she's safe. Everything's getting fine. And I have a lawyer. Everything will happen this way. I know really good. I'm not proud. I think I did. You know, but everybody made a mistake. You know, and we try to avoid the mistake. But sometimes the thing coming too close to our face, and you don't think it'll make you blind. But you know, and there's something happens to anybody here, you know, just have to keep avoiding this type of people.
So we're going there's some water for you. The pizza's probably frozen. It's out there, and you're going to hang out for a little bit after, right? Hopefully. Okay. Somebody get a picture of me first.